2024 has been an incredible year for books. And today I'm sharing my personal top 13 reads. These are the stories that just blew me away. Some made me laugh, some made me tear up a little, and a few even transported me to entirely new worlds. So let's get into the books. First up is Beautyland by Marie-Helene Bettino. Now, this is a coming-of-age story that blends both the ordinary and the extraordinary, as we follow a young woman who is not exactly a human. She's an alien that has been sent to Earth to observe human life. Now, this is set in the late 70s, going into the 80s, and it's set in Philadelphia. And what we see is a coming of age story with this young woman as we see her grappling with who she really is, corresponding back to her superiors, but just also going through the normal things that we go through as young people and as humans, just growing up and existing in the world. This is really heartfelt, it's truly imaginative, and it's a really unforgettable book. It really explores identity and belonging in a really beautiful way. Book 2 on my list is Everyone on This Train is a Suspect by Benjamin Stevenson. Now, this is a clever whodunit that takes place aboard a train, and it's a part of an Australian mystery writers festival. Now, a murder occurs on board the train, and all the suspects are either crime writers, editors, agents, publishers, and just folks who are all familiar and just very skilled at the art of getting away with murder. So if you love a really smart mystery with some humor and twists, I think this one is for you. The third book I'm sharing with you is The Book of Doors by Gareth Brown. Now, this is a magical bookshop adventure. We meet our main character, Cassie, who inherits this book that opens doors to other worlds. Now, with the help of a quirky librarian, she also has her roommate who's traveling with her as well. We see her exploring, going on adventures, but we see her also having to protect the book from a dark force who has more sinister intentions. So if you love a book about books with some magical realism, this one is a must read. And fun fact, I had a chat with Gareth on the podcast. I'll include a link in the video's description and a card up here so you can check out that one as well. Book 4 on my list is James by Percival Everett. Now, this book is getting all the attention, and I just love it for James because it's a beautiful reimagining of Huckleberry Finn through the perspective of Jim, an enslaved man. Now, it's just fresh and powerful and just a very deeply human and compassionate story. But it's a retelling that gives Jim a voice like never before because Jim was just more in the background in Huck Finn. So in this one, we get a literary reimagining that is just brilliant. It's an absolute standout. And I think it's a must read for everyone who has ever read Huck Finn. Book 5 is Sweetness in the Skin by Ishi Robinson. Now, this is a story of resilience and self-discovery I won't soon forget. Now, the novel centers a young Jamaican girl who has this passion for baking, but she also has dreams of studying abroad in France and joining her aunt who had immigrated to France earlier before. But we see family complications threatening her plans, and it derails her in ways both expected and unexpected. It's heartwarming, it's thought-provoking, it's funny, but it's also just really inspiring. And I hope more readers will pick up this book. It's really good. Book 6 is The New Couple in 5B by Lisa Unger. This is a domestic thriller that will keep you guessing. We have two couples, we have one murder, and layers of secrets that makes this book a page turner. Plus, the building feels like a character in itself, and it's also hiding secrets. We really get the psychological tension in this one, and the twist left me reeling. Book 7 is In a Not So Perfect World by Neeli Tubati Alexander. Now, in this one, we get fake dating, we get a really stunning beach holiday, and a slow burn romance. Now, in this novel, our main character is a video game designer, and she has this really hot neighbor, and we see them team up together for reasons you'll find out when you read. They team up and agree to fake a relationship, but of course, that fake relationship evolves into something more. But what I loved about this one is that it was such an escapist read, and it's just so fun, but at the same time, it's filled with lots of heart. Book 8 on my list is Sandwich by Catherine Newman. Now, this is equal parts hilarious, but it's also really touching. And it's a story about just navigating the chaos of family life. So, our main character has aging parents, hormonal children, who are also children, but not really. They're in their young adulthood stage. And it's a summer that's just filled with surprises as we see the entire family just gather for their annual beach holiday. This book is perfect for anyone who just loves those relatable but heartfelt and just very realistic family stories. Sandwich does not disappoint. Book 9 is God Bless You, Otis Spunkmeyer by Joseph Earl Thomas. Now, this is a book I am ready to reread again. It's set in Philadelphia and it's just a very powerful novel that follows a Black Army veteran who is navigating personal struggles and tough shifts working as a hospital technician. It's raw, it's emotional, but it's just oh so beautifully written. It's one of those books that's perfect for readers who just love the stream of consciousness style. So it's like you're being told a story, but you're also like being told it directly from the character. It's just free flowing. It's just very beautifully written. It's so well done. I think this is a must read. Again, stream of consciousness fans, character driven fans, and literary fiction lovers, you need God Bless You, Otis Spunkmeyer. Book 10 is The Stardust Grail by Yumi Kitasai. Now, this is a science fiction adventure that follows Maya, a former art thief, and her former partner, who's an alien, mind you, who is now on a quest to save his species because they're really endangered right now. But we see our main character, Maya, kind of coming back and teaming up with her partner. Now, this is packed with action. There's also lots of ethical dilemmas. We have Earth's military after them as well. But I'm telling you, what makes this book just absolutely brilliant is the world building. So we get really beautiful world building, we get the adventure and we get the thrills, but we also get thought-provoking elements as well. I also had a chat with Yumi on the podcast. Again, link in the video's description, and I'll include cards as well. Book 11 is The Bright Sword by Lev Grossman. Now, this is the first book in what is expected to be a trilogy, and this trilogy is offering us a fresh take on the Arthurian legend. So King Arthur, Camelot, and just all the things. This is a reimagining, and we start off seeing Camelot in ruins. So we have this young knight who is our main character, who connects with a group of allies and different groups of people who are coming together to rebuild Camelot. Now, the thing about this book that makes it brilliant is not just the fact that it is breathing new life into this iconic mythology and legend, but it is spotlighting characters that were more in the background in the original story. So we get a more diverse perspective and point of view. And the characters are so beautifully written. I love the world building. I love their backstories. So we get the diversity, but we also get the complexity and we get the depth. And the plot is just beautifully reimagined. Book 12 is Let the Games Begin by Rufaro Faith Mazarura. Now, this is a romance that's set during the Olympics. I don't want to let go of just all the excitement and just us coming together as a people during the Olympics. Now, in this book, the Olympics is set in the home of the Olympics. It's set in Greece. And we see them coming together. One's an athlete, one's working in the Olympic Village, coming together. And we see them navigating love and family and just their cultures and their identity and finding themselves and their belonging, all with the backdrop and the excitement of the games. This book was perfectly timed with the 2024 Olympics. However, set in a different location, but I felt all the vibes and this was just really fun. Book 13 on my list is The Lazarus Man by Richard Price. Now, this book just really took me on a journey. And in the novel, we meet our main character. We are going on a journey with our main character, who happens to be a recovering addict who has changed his life and is now a motivational speaker after surviving a tenement building collapse. So we see him navigating this change. We see him also having to deal with skepticism from folks who knew him before and seeing him in this new light now. It's just a very moving and thought-provoking story. But more importantly, I just loved how it explored transformation, both on an individual level and a community level. But it gave us so much depth, and it does all of this with just such grace, especially when it came to handling some sensitive subjects. All right, so there you have it. Those are my 13 books, top 13 favorite books of 2024. Now, each of these books brought something really unique to my reading life this year, and I can't wait to hear from you. I want you to tell me which books from my list are you excited to read, but also share with me in the comments, what were some of your favorite books that you read in 2024? I'd love to hear from you, so let's continue the conversation in the comments. Now, if you haven't already, now's a great time to like the video, share the video, tell a friend to tell a friend about Biblio Lifestyle. It's an easy and free way to support me and support the channel, but also subscribe if you haven't already and hit that notification bell so you're the first to know what's new when I go live and when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.